sparking life like a breeze by the ocean side, beginning of time, still unseen by the naked eye. Longing, excited, hoping, ignited by the fire burning inside me. And I'll do what you ask of me, 'cause I know you're all I need. And I'll carry joyfully this light inside of me, inside of me. Joyfully.
Shalom, Kavarim. Good to see each and every one of you here. This was an unexpected call to do a live stream, and what I'm going to do is share with you actually a letter that was emailed to me by one of our mishpachah, and this letter contains a love letter from Yahweh. And what I'm saying by this is that there's a compilation of scriptures that this brother of ours put together. And he said, I want you to do something, actually it's unusual. And I'll be reading the scriptures without pointing out where they come from. But just this compilation is a message in and of itself. And I want you to hear that message because I call this a love letter from Yahweh to our mishpachah. And it's concerning a calling together, to gathering together. So let me go ahead and get into my screen. There we go. All right. That should be good now. The simple matter for a calling to gathering together. Together. Dear Brother Ken, would you feed these scriptures to the mishpachah of Elohim as delivered by the Ruach HaKodesh, i.e., excluding the book, chapter, and verse, thus removing whomever might be esteemed to have penned the word with ink. Now I have highlighted and colored over the scriptures here, actually the book and the chapter and the verse. But if you wanted to see where those verses are from, you can, and it wouldn't take a whole lot of doing. You could zoom in and see every one of them. We're not hiding anything, but rather we're taking out something that would be distracting. And we want to continue this love letter from Yahweh to our mishpachah, just with the words only. And Yeshua came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as was his custom, he went to the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up to read. Whoever is not with me is against me, and whoever does not gather with me scatters. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I among them. When they were filled, Yeshua said to his disciples, gather up the leftover fragments so that nothing will be lost. So they gathered them up and filled 12 baskets with fragments from the 5 barley loaves left by those who had eaten. That which we have seen and heard, we proclaim also to you, so that you too may have fellowship with us. And indeed our fellowship is with the Father and with his Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. When the day of Pentecost arrived, they were all together in one place. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness? Or what fellowship has light with darkness? But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Yeshua, his Son, cleanses us from all sin. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. But exhort one another every day as long as it is called today, that none of you may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as the habit of some is, and encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near. Therefore, Since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. What then, brothers? When you come together, each one has a hymn, a lesson, a revelation, a tongue, or an interpretation. Let all things be done for building up. Let the word of Mashiach dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts to Yahweh. Therefore encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing. And they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, and the fellowship, and to the breaking of bread, and the prayers, and all came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were being done through the apostles, and all who believed were together and had all things in common. They were selling their possessions and belongings, and distributing the proceeds to all as any had need, and day by day attending the temple together, and breaking bread in their homes, they received their food with glad and generous hearts. Pay careful attention to yourselves and to all the flock in which the Ruach HaKodesh has made you overseers, to care for the called out ones of Elohim, which he obtained with his own blood. Show hospitality to one another without grumbling. As long as you live, assemble the people, men, women, and little ones, and the sojourner within your towns, that they may hear and learn to fear Yahweh, to Yareh Yahweh, your Elohim, and be careful to do all the words of this law, and their children who have not known it may hear and learn to Yareh, fear Yahweh, your Elohim, in the land that you are going over to the Jordan to possess. Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Mashiach. Then those who feared Yared, Yahweh, spoke with one another. Yahweh paid attention and heard them, and a book of remembrance was written before him of those who feared Yared, Yahweh, and esteemed his name. I want to be written in that book. Havarim. We used to take sweet counsel together. Within Elohim's house, we walked in the throng. Trust in Yahweh with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Call to me, and I shall answer you, and I shall tell you of great things and of unsearchable things which you have not known. And then our brother writes, Shalom Havarim. We truly know nothing, are nothing, and have nothing, unless Yahweh, our Elohim, grants us his Ruach HaKodesh to receive through Yeshua HaMashiach. And he ends this love letter with the Tau, the final oat within Abba's Otiot, the Aleph Bet in Hebrew, Aramaic also. Thank you for visiting here and for listening to this. I know this has been a short meeting, but it's just for the reading of this letter. But I really feel like it is a letter to our Mishpachah, and that it was delivered through the Ruach HaKodesh to our beloved brother, and that Yahweh was the one that gave that to him for us to deliver here today. Shalom, and of course I can hear something in the background. What is that? It sounds like Sounds like water. It sounds like the sea being split. Oh, that's Alan again. Take it away, Alan.
I sing to Yahweh, for he is highly exalted. The horse and its rider he has thrown into the sea. Yah is my strength and song, and he has become my deliverance. He is my El, and I praise him, Elohim of my father, and I exalt him. Yahweh is a man of battle, Yahweh is his name. He has cast Pharaoh's chariots and his army into the sea, and his chosen officers are drowned in the sea of reeds. The depths covered them, they went down to the bottom like a stone. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, has become great in power. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, has crushed the enemy. And in the greatness of your excellence, you pulled down those who rose up against you. You sent forth your wrath, it consumed them like stubble, and with the wind of your nostrils, the waters were heaped up. The floods stood like a wall, the depths became stiff in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I pursue, I overtake, I divide the spoil, my being is satisfied on them. I draw out my sword, my hand destroys them. You blew with your wind, the sea covered them, they sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you, O Yahweh, among the mighty ones? Who is like you, great in Kodeshah, awesome in praises, working wonders? You stretched out your right hand, the earth swallowed them. In your kindness, you led the people whom you have redeemed. In your strength, you guided them to your Kodesh dwelling. Peoples heard, they trembled. Anguish gripped the inhabitants of Pelasheth. Then the chiefs of Edom were troubled, the mighty men of Moab. Trembling grips them, all the inhabitants of Canaan melted. Fear and dread fell on them by the greatness of your arm. They are as silent as a stone, until your people pass over, O Yahuwah. Until the people whom you have bought pass over. You bring them in and plant them in the mountain of your inheritance, in the place, O Yahuwah, which you have made for your own dwelling, the Mikdash, O Yahuwah, which your hands have prepared. Yahweh reigns forever. and ever.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.